So continuing a series using AVR in MPLAB X, we're going to start with importing an MPLAB Start project. So MPLAB Start is similar to MCC in the fact that you're able to configure drivers and software for a microcontroller. Also, it has a built-in example project browser, which we're going to be demonstrating, and can export to a range of different IDEs, including MPLAB X. I'm going to show you how MPLAB Start's example project worked in terms of the principles, MPLAB X Start import, creating a project and compiling and running, and then using the standalone data visualizer, understand what's happening with the project. So in MPLAB X, if we plug in the kit that we happen to have, the ATtiny817 X-Plane Pro, you can see a welcome screen comes up. In MPLAB Start, we can browse examples, and we are able to narrow down the examples for the kit that we have. And as we said, we wanted to use the touch buttons here, so let's see if we can find something. So searching for touch, we get a range of projects. Let's just use the self-cap example with onboard touch sensors. And note that we can access the user guide straight away here. Basic touch application where the onboard touch sensors are measured and the touch status is indicated with an LED. And note that there are some steps here to run the project. So this seems to be good for our application, and we're going to open the example. So the project opens in the dashboard. Note that any of these question marks here will open the Start User Guide, and you'll be able to find out more information. QTouch tab here, you can see that there are two touch sensors representing the touch user interface on this board. We can export the project and download a pack. Note that we'll check that we have MPLAB X IDE support and that this works from version 5 and up. So let's download the pack. Going back to the dashboard, clicking on the project level, we can access the user guide again from here. And here we had the step list of how to run the project. Export the project, download the pack, we've just done that. Import the zip into Studio, well, we're going to import it now into MPLAB X. Build the solution and make sure there's no compiler error. So let's go up to that point. File, import, start MPLAB X project, browse for this touch project, open. You can see that the device is picked up, and we'll select the embedded debugger. We'll use the AVR GCC compiler, and by default it picks up the downloads directory, so I'm rather going to go to my computer and find the MPLAB X folder where I work with all my projects, and then click next and finish. So the project is imported, and I can click the Run Project. Just again selecting the specific embedded debugger. It builds successfully and connects to the programmer, and the programmer is complete. So let's see the performance here. So you can see that the LED is now coming on the touch. So we can see the build solution. Press start without debugging, that's in Studio. So run project is the equivalent of start without debugging. The LED turns on when the touch is made. So now we can open the data visualizer. And I have downloaded the standalone version of this from the Microchip gallery. And it tells me that I must set the config path to the folder that contains the data streamer scripts.
So if I go to under source files, QTouch, data streamer, this is the folder I need. So opening one of the files in that folder, right click, copy file path, and just remove the file name. Here I can see the data streamer files, which will be used by the visualizer.
Select embedded debugger, show config path, basically paste in the path that I just have and click connect. Be sure to use the serial port, not the DJI. Okay, and now as I touch the button and then the other, you can see that the two buttons are represented in different colors, and I can see a lot of the information here about what's actually happening at the signal level for the touch project.
And one more thing to point out is if we go to Files, that we can see an atmel start config.at start. Opening this, we see it's just a text file, so easy to share. Copy file path, go to atmel start, load project from file, browse, select this file, open selected file, and here we're able to reopen the project in atmel start, and we're able to modify the software configuration. If we export again from here, we will have to create a new project and then manually merge some of the source files that we've changed, but at least you understand how we can still continue development in an iterative way. Thank you.